and good evening, afternoon, night, morning, wherever you are in the world. I'm Katie McManus, business strategist and money mindset coach, and I help ADHD business owners make more money in less time with fewer distractions with my Build Your Own Business method, where we break down exactly what your profitable niche will be, how you can create that offer that people actually want to buy, how to market and sell it without wanting to vomit, and all that jazz. Today, we're talking about how you can actually make more money in less time. And Luna's throwing a little temper tantrum downstairs. So if you can hear her grumbling in the background, I apologize. She has a lot of opinions today about what we should be spending our time on. Speaking of time. Anyway, so there's this groundbreaking concept that if you want to make more money in less time, you have to start treating time like it's actually valuable. Okay. I was guilty of a lot of things when I first started my business that I'm about to describe. So as I'm describing these things, I don't want you getting into a shame spiral. I don't want you feeling like you're fucking it up or that I'm judging you. I'm not. Okay. We all get sucked into this idea that if we just do more, that we'll have more success in our business. Okay. And sometimes it's true, but most of the time it's not. It's not about doing more. It's about doing more of the right thing. Okay. So when you're early on in your business, the most important thing that you can do is figure out quickly what that right thing is. All right. I'm a big believer of the 80-20 rule, so 20% of what you do will get 80% of the results. All right. You need to figure out what that 20% is. All right. It is so tempting when you're starting your business to think, okay, well, there are so many people on this platform and that platform. I should be on TikTok and I should be on Instagram and I should be on LinkedIn and I should be on Facebook and I should be on all the places. And I know there are a lot of influencers out there like Gary Vaynerchuk, Gary V. He is the penultimate entrepreneur that people look up to. And he's everywhere, right? It's really easy to point to him and be like, well, if Gary V does it, I should do it. Guys, Gary V runs a multi-million-dollar, like a 9-figure media company. Okay. His job is to create social media content for Fortune 500 companies. Okay. He has the resources to do it. Hi, welcome. He has the resources to do it. All right. He is not hurting for time. He has people who literally just follow him around with a camera and wait for him to say smart things. And as soon as a smart thing comes out of his mouth, they pop it over to production and they chop it up and they turn it into content for everyone else. Okay. You are not that. You don't have that kind of team. All right. And if you do, then like stop watching my lives. Go do work. Like change the world, please. Or become a client, I can charge you a premium price. And anyway, but you cannot live up to that standard. It's just not viable for where you are in your business, right? So when clients start with me, they hate this rule, but it really works. My rule for my clients, especially when they're just starting out, is one social media platform, just one. All right. Because here's what happens when you try to do more than one. Okay. So I did this. When I first started, I was like, I'm going to be everywhere, just like everyone else. Cause I saw all these like major brands who I didn't realize how much investment they had behind them to be able to pay to be on these platforms. I was like, I'm going to be on Instagram. I'm going to be on Facebook. I'm going to be on LinkedIn. TikTok wasn't actually a thing when I started. Like, if you want to feel aged, it wasn't a thing. YouTube. Guys, I have bought a course for every single fucking platform. Okay. I bought them all. And I tried to do them all for a really long time. And what I would do is I would create these elaborate plans for myself for creating content. And I would go through and I would do half of it and I'd post half of it. And then I'd feel really shitty about it because, it wasn't that good and I wasn't sticking to the plan and all these things. And then it wouldn't work. And I didn't understand why it wasn't working. And the reason I wasn't learning how to make it work is because I was trying to do too many things at once. Okay. This would be kind of like if you were in a math class in high school, and instead of breaking it down into algebra and geometry and calculus, they just kind of meshed them all together and tried to like fold them in with each other. It's just too much. Your brain has a hard time jumping from one thing to the other. And then add in an English class with like, I don't know, 18th century in British literature. Like it's just too much to try to fold in together. You have to pick one. Okay. You have to take your English class separately from your math classes. You have to take your algebra class separate from your geometry classes. All right. It makes more sense that way. When I finally started gaining traction in my business, the place I did that was on LinkedIn. All right. Now I was an extrovert, right? So I had gotten a lot of business by meeting people in person. That had a great return on investment for me. But when the pandemic hit, that was no longer an option. I had to find a new 20% that would give me 80% of the results. When you're first starting your business, you want to find that as fast as possible. You want to spend as little money as possible on your visibility. And the reason for this is you don't know what messaging is going to work. Okay. You can go and spend a lot of money showing up a lot of different places. But if you don't have your messaging dialed in, then that money, like it's not really going to do a lot for you. Okay. It's a lot more beneficial for you to kind of like do a sandbox experiment with your content on one platform and figure out what works. Okay. Now, each platform has kind of a different format that works really well. So like here I am going live on the Facebooks, on LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Okay. This is primarily for LinkedIn. Okay. I go to these other places because why not? I can check the box really easily and show up in those places. And there you go. Done. I'm lazily expanding, right? People on Facebook, if you're watching, hello. I don't spend a lot of time on Facebook. Everything that happens on Facebook is either because my podcast producer puts it up or it's me going live like this. Occasionally I'll go and post something, but Facebook doesn't have a lot of organic reach, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time there. YouTube. I bought a very expensive course on YouTube. Okay. Did I ever do it? Absolutely not. Okay. Absolutely not. I was busy. All right. And I have ADHD. I'm not watching like 17 45-minute videos on how to do like really technical things. Absolutely not. But you know what? I have 128 followers over there because I do these lives. That's fine, but it's not my primary. I'm not trying to do that as well. Now I'm on Instagram as well here on my phone. A loyal following, but it's very small on Instagram. And you know, it doesn't cost me anything to also go live on Instagram while I'm doing this. TikTok, however, this format of going live does not work on TikTok. Okay. It doesn't. I've tried it. It just doesn't work. So my point being is that like when you're first starting, you aren't going to know what works where, right? You have to learn them one by one. Okay. You have to figure out what's effective for you to grow your following and get clients in each unique environment. Okay. I don't know about you, but when I'm learning one thing new, it's really hard when I'm also trying to learn like 7 other things new. Okay. You have to treat your time as valuable. All right. You want to make sure that you get the most bang for your buck when you focus on one thing. You know, in addition to this, there are a lot of people who want you to show up for free. There are a lot of people who want to offer you a stage if you just like come to their event and speak for free. They want you on their podcast, even though they don't really have a following, and maybe they're going to ditch their podcast after a little while. Your time is valuable. Okay. Just because someone has a platform to feature you on does not necessarily mean it's going to equal clients. Okay. It doesn't even mean it's going to equal one single new follower for you. All right. You want to be extremely picky about the different kinds of speaking and guest podcasting opportunities that you accept. Okay. Laura, I've been on podcasts that never went live. Oh, that is so painful. Oh my God. Yeah. I've been on some doozy of podcasts. Like they weren't that good. Like I mean, I was amazing, obviously. They just weren't that good. And like, the format was funny. Like it was like the intro is really slow. Like they just don't have a big following. It's not their, I mean, it's kind of their fault. But anyway, you get to be picky is the point. There are a lot of people out there who are trying to sell you their shit. They're trying to sell you that, you can get booked on stages and make millions of dollars from signing clients from the stage. Yeah, you can, but it takes a lot of work to get to that point. All right. My goal with my clients, whenever they start with me, is let's make money as soon as possible. Right. Let's get you into the black, right? Above the red line as soon as possible. Right. Because I want my clients to always be able to make a powerful decision about what they're investing in. All right. Copywriters. There are so many copywriters out there who aren't actually trained copywriters. Okay. They want your money. They can write a few words, maybe they're good at writing copy for themselves. They're not actually trained in any of that. Right. So they'll take your money and they'll write a bunch of shit for you. But will that stuff get you any clients? Probably not. Let me see. Many podcasts also interview their target audience. They're not worried about listens. They just want to talk to you to sell to them. Yes, it is painful. It is really painful. There's also the whole like pay to play camp, where like they're having an event and they would love to have you as a speaker. But for the honor of speaking, you have to pay $5,000 to sponsor the event. No. You're providing the entertainment and the value of the event. You deserve to be paid for that. Okay. That is bullshit. Also those events, like I think we've all accidentally ended up at one of those events where it's sponsored by people who are on stage and selling to you. And guys, it's like being held hostage in a back-to-back infomercial. It is painful. It is mind-numbingly painful. And it is designed to give you anxiety so that when the person who's organizing the event finally goes to make their ask, you're primed. You've been saying no to all these things, and maybe you've made some small purchases, but by the time they make the big ask, like you're kind of out of no's. Like you've already rejected all these different things. You're kind of out of all the reasons, right? Or maybe you spent some money and you're like in a buying mood. Copywriters eye roll. Yeah, Laura, you and I both know the charlatans that are out there with copywriting, especially. So here's what I want you to do. If you don't know where your ideal clients hang out, okay, go find out. Go talk to them. Ask them what social media platforms they like to hang out on. All right. Whatever that platform is, go and learn how to show up on that platform. I said how really weird. Go and find out how to show up on that platform in a way that grows your following and gets them to want to buy from you. Let me see. It's triggering timeshare presentation trauma. Sorry. Yep. Exactly. And I again want to say, everything I'm talking about spending money on all these different things that are going to teach you how to do X, Y, and Z on all the different platforms. I have spent all the money on all of them. Okay. Like I bought every business building, well, not everyone, a lot of them, all the business building online courses before I figured out my business. Okay. I mean, I learned a little bit from them, but honestly, I couldn't even stick with them. They were so mind-numbingly boring. And also like, it just didn't seem to fit me. Like you get a couple lessons and you're like, this isn't the business I want to build. Ugh. It's one of the reasons I created my whole model of the build your own business. I teach like really, really foundational skills on marketing and sales and designing an offer and picking your niche. But I'm not saying here is exactly how you want to do it step by step, because that's on you. You have to design a business that works for you. That's what this is all about. I can't tell you exactly what is going to be the most valuable use of your time. I can't. Okay. I mean, Laura, I probably can because I know you really well, but, um, you know, it's up to you, your personality, your business type, who your clients are. It's going to be different across the board. I can say that the more people you can reach at any given time, with a compelling message that will actually convert them into being a client, like if you know how to do that, that is where you want to stay. For me, that's LinkedIn. Okay. I have a following of almost 16,000 people. That's not a lot. Like it seems like a lot because LinkedIn is hard to grow on, but it's really not that much in the greater scheme of things. And yet I can post content on there and book my calendar full of sales calls. It happens. That is a solid return on investment for me. Okay. It might not be a solid return on investment for other people. TikTok might be better. Instagram, in-person networking could even be a better model if you're not a solid writer or content creator. You have to figure out what works best for you. For me, I want the organic reach. I want people who I've never even come across, so I wouldn't know them if I fell over them. I want them to discover my stuff and think, wow, like that's where I am. That's what I'm stuck with. And that's kind of a cool message. I think I should start following this lady and then eventually kind of figure out that they should work with me. That could be you too. But you have to figure out what this is for you. But above all, don't try to grab at everything. Okay. Don't try to be everywhere at all times. It's just not going to work. All right. Even when you're 5.5 years in, I mean, I'm almost 6 years into my business and I'm just building my following on another platform on TikTok. Okay. I'm also having things reposted onto Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Okay. I'm not actually active on those platforms except for sending like funny reels to my friends. Okay. So you have a finite amount of time. You're building a business, hopefully, so that it supports your ideal life. Okay. You don't need to be on all the social media platforms to build a multiple six-figure business. Okay. I can speak that from experience for myself and for my clients. All right. You need one social media platform. Okay. You need to know it really well. And you need to know exactly what you need to say there to get clients. All right. If you need help with this is one of the things that I do with my clients. And I would love to help you with this. So DM me or go to the link in my bio and book a Generate Income Strategy call. But for right now, I want you to get really real about the things that you are spending your valuable time on, right? Time is the only resource we don't get more of. Uh-oh, someone's calling me. Uh-oh. Time is the only thing that we don't get more of. Last Friday, my aunt died unexpectedly. She doesn't get any more time. Okay. We don't get any more of her, which is really sad. Hopefully that doesn't happen to you anytime soon. But time is the only thing you're not going to get more of. So you need to make the most of it right now, because the last thing you want is to build a business that runs your life rather than the other way around. You want a business that supports the ideal life that you want to have, right? If you create a business that's dependent on you being in a gazillion different places for you to be able to make a few clients or get a few clients, that's not what you want to be doing. That's not winning. That is creating your own little rat race that you're going to have to kill yourself to keep going. Yeah. Anyway, treat your time as valuable. It is valuable, even if you're just starting out. All right. I am going to be going live on TikTok this evening from 6 p.m. Eastern to 8 p.m. Eastern. I have created a whole little schedule for TikTok and I'm really excited for it. So Wednesday nights, we're going to be talking business ideas. And tonight, we're specifically going to be talking about how your business idea can be strategized to make $1 million a year. Okay. That is what we're working on. So whatever business ideas you have, I want you to come to TikTok and hang out with me from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern. I have my username over here, katie.kdhd. And I will tell you how I would build it to $1 million a year. On Fridays from 1:30 to 3:30 EST, we are going to be talking about money mindset and how you can improve your money mindset so that you can make more money, you know? And then on Sundays, we're talking about how to create content that converts into actual paying clients. Let me see. Andrea Celeste, do you have any suggestions for from your personal experience about what time pitfalls to avoid? Oh, yeah. Okay. So coffee chats, people who are wanting to like book a call to pick your brain. No, absolutely not. Fuck off. Like, one of the things that I did early on that I think was probably the best move that I could have done was roll out Brave Biz Labs, which is that free Friday call that I do once a month. I used to do those every Friday, until I realized there were just some people who are like trying to get like free coaching ongoing through it. And it was kind of undercutting the value that I provide in my group programs. But anytime anyone has a question about building a business, hi, the Gazelle, welcome. About building a business, what they should do to get started, wants to pick my brain, I just point them towards that. It's a group call. It's what I call a lazy webinar. Okay. Because I don't prepare for it. I don't prepare. I literally just log in. I might say a few words to like spur a conversation. But really we're hopping in and it's open Q&A. Any question you have, I answer it there. That is one thing that was like a major time pitfall for me, is when I was, wanting to prove that I knew what I was talking about to strangers on the interwebs. You don't do that. And then what is the other thing? That's a great question. The other thing would have to be really like, oh, this is it. One of the time pitfalls is like signing up for a course and then taking yourself through the course and telling yourself that you're doing work on your business like that. You're not, unless you are taking what you're learning, putting the website up, taking what you're learning, posting on social media, taking what you're learning, putting an offer out, taking what you're learning, doing ads. Like, unless you're actually doing action in your business, that's bullshit work. That is not work that is ever going to move the needle for you. This is one of the reasons why in my Build Your Own Business group program, the first thing I have my clients do is get out and interview their ideal clients. Okay. Because once you interview your ideal clients, your marketing is so easy. You go into the interview transcripts, you take like, what's a fear or frustration that your ideal clients have, you plop that into a post, boom, like you have content. You then take like all the problems that they have that they want to solve, and boom, that is your offer. Not to mention that you've just interviewed 50 of your ideal clients who now understand deeply what it is that you do and how you can help them, right? Like, sometimes a couple months later, those people come through and they're like, hey, remember how you interviewed me and I had all those problems? Well, I still have those problems. And now you're talking about an offer that I actually really want to sign up for. Would you accept me? It's like, yeah, of course. I designed this offer with you in mind. Not only that, but if they say aren't ready to sign up with you, but they have friends who are ready to sign up with you, they can refer people to you, right? You're building your base that way. And you're not wasting time with a lot of bullshit background stuff like a lot of other programs have you do. Let me see. Laura, always ask why they want to chat. I was shocked when someone pitched me a pyramid scheme during, oh God, I hate that. There are so many people who are so smarmy, skeevy, creepy, like incorrect, whatever the word is, about how to use coffee chats. If you're asking me to a coffee chat, I'm expecting that we're going to have a nice chat about the weather, what your background is, what my background is, maybe what your dog does, for fun, what my dog does for fun. We're getting to know each other. It's not a time to pitch anyone. I'm really popular tonight. I keep getting phone calls. Oh, there we go. Okay. But yeah, no, coffee chats are coffee chats. And I'm sorry, MLMs, they are scams. They are so predatory. But anyway, Andrea Celeste, I hope that answers your question about the time pitfalls to avoid. There are a lot more. There's a lot more. But basically, at every point in your day, I want you to ask yourself this one question. Is this action I'm taking right now, could it possibly get me clients? Like, is it getting visibility for me? Is it getting visibility for me in the correct way? Could it get me clients? And if the answer is no, then it's bullshit work. Okay. It's bullshit work. You shouldn't be spending time on it, especially when you're just starting out. Anyway, like I said, I am going to be going live on the TikTok in about an hour at 6 p.m. until 8 p.m. Bring your business ideas. I will be spitballing like how you could take even a cleaning business to $1 million a year. And I'm really excited for it. Anyway, I am Katie McManus, business strategist and money mindset coach. I want to say a big thank you to Laura and Andrea Celeste and Citizen J. Kane and the Gazelle for being here. I hope you found this super useful. And I will see you live tomorrow. Okay. Bye, everyone.